Picture it. Facebook, 2020. As far as the eye can see, there is misinformation, bad coronavirus memes, and an endless amount of hunts pushing positivity and overpriced products. You become roped in by the apparent camaraderie between the members. Having a large group of like-minded women is something that you've always hoped for, especially since becoming a mom. You are instantly drawn in. Everyone is just so welcoming and accepting. You are encouraged to push away those in your life that don't believe in your mission or the mission of the company. You're told that even if it's your family that has doubts about the company, you need to reconsider your relationship with them. You brush off your friends and family's concerns about your new business venture. They just don't understand the amazing things that this company is going to bring you and your family. They need to have faith in the process, like you. It's been a year since you've started with the company, and now you're starting to have a hard time holding it together. You have tried to keep up the overly bubbly persona, but it's getting harder and harder every day. You go to your upline to ask for advice and are left feeling even worse. You were told that you haven't worked hard enough. You're not believing in the process. You're not putting enough work into it. If this isn't working, then it's something you are doing wrong. It's no one else's fault but your own. You finally leave the company. It just was not financially feasible for you and your family anymore. Your marriage has been harmed because of the financial stress that you've put on your family. You no longer talk to the friends that you had before the MLM, and all of your MLM Hun counterparts have disappeared because you no longer support their company. Now, I know this sounds super exaggerated, but I also know from experience that it's not. And really, if you change the words MLM or company to cult, it would be equally as believable. MLMs are now known for their ways to seclude you from your loved ones, seclude you from science and negative press about them. They feed you the information that will back up their teachings or message. They discourage you from seeking out your own information. These are cult things. But, I'm getting a little too far into this. So hello, I'm Ashley Marcella, and today we are going to have a little conversation about how MLMs have become known as sales cults. It's fun, I promise. Let's continue.
Oh, hey, hun. I know we haven't spoken since I hooked up with your boyfriend back in high school. YOLO. But I have to tell you about this amazing opportunity that will change your life, hairline, and bank account. Guaranteed.
MLMs, or multi-level marketing companies, are a type of company that focuses on recruiting people to then recruit others to sell their products. And I'm saying sell in quotations there, guys. The money that is brought in by these salespeople will be fed up through the pyramid-like structure to line the pockets of the higher-ups. The Federal Trade Commission says not all multi-level marketing plans are legitimate. Some are pyramid schemes. It's best to not get involved in plans where the money you make is based primarily on the number of distributors you recruit and your sales to them, rather than on your sales to people outside the plan who intend to use the products. Co-author of the book False Prophets, Seeking Financial and Spiritual Deliverance in Multi-Level Marketing and Pyramid Schemes, said this about MLMs. Reality. The MLM distributorship is a ruse, an absurd pseudo-business to facilitate and cheaply disguise a blatant pyramid recruiting scheme and to draw people into a cultic fantasy world that dominates their thinking, keeps charging money, and promises unlimited income based on an illusion of an endless chain. A sales model in which salespeople buy products but don't actually sell them and instead are offered rewards if they recruit other salespeople to do the same, with each level of the chain promoting the opportunity to extend the chain forever. And most of the total rewards are routed to the top of the sales channel. I know that was a lot of words, but I think you get the point. There's a company, that company has distributors or partners or whatever term they want to use. Those salespeople are responsible for selling products, but more importantly, they're responsible for recruiting new people into the business. And then the cycle starts all over again. It's honestly exhausting. Over the past 100 years, there have been absolutely terrifying examples of cults that have been brought to the forefront. Charles Manson's family cult, Jim Jones. The list goes on, and it's terrifying. A cult is, by definition, a social group that is defined by its unusual religious, spiritual, or philosophical beliefs, or by its common interest in a particular personality, object, or goal. The term can be controversial due to the term having taken on different meanings in pop culture versus academia. So by that, in saying that a movie or a band has a cult following, that doesn't mean that their fans are in a technical cult. It's just a pop culture slang term. But here's the twist. Even though it's easy to see the damaging effects that some cults have had on the people within them, in most cases, they're not illegal due to being protected by religious status. So, there's that. If we can learn anything from MLMs, it's recruitment. Multi-level marketing companies have become absolute experts in the techniques to grow a business. But just because you are an expert in something doesn't mean that you're not hurting many, many people. After spending way too long reading articles about both MLMs and cults, I have noticed a few things that both do to draw you in, make you comfortable, and keep you faithful to the organization. So let's break it down a little bit. Love bombing. Sounds good, right? Everyone wants to be loved. It's a primary human need. Both MLMs and cults, though, use this love that we need as a weapon. It starts when you get that message in your DM saying something along the lines of, "Hey hun, I started this new journey and want to share it with you. I've become a distributor for an amazing company that is helping women become business owners, and I would love to tell you more. I think you'd be the perfect business partner, and I'd love to start this journey with you." The first time I received a message like this, it completely threw me off. I was a young, single mother of 2 small children. I did not have many friends around me, so the fact that she thought of me and thought that I'd be a good fit for her company made me feel amazing. So of course, I was instantly drawn in. She told me that she loved my social media pages, that she thought I was gorgeous and charismatic, and that I'd be the perfect fit for direct selling. And until the day that I decided to start up and buy the starter kit, I would receive messages telling me how great this opportunity is going to be for me. I was added to Facebook groups and was instantly surrounded by a large group of women telling me these exact same things. This is all it took to draw someone in who before that thought that she would be able to suss out schemy stuff like this. They draw you in, they hook you so deep so that in the end, it's scarier to get out of the MLM than it is to stay in it with them. A charismatic leader. I want you to sit back in your seat and think about the leader of the first cult that comes to mind. Besides the fact that they were obviously complete dirtbags, they were engaging, charismatic, and relatable to their followers. If they weren't, there's no way that they would have become so prolific. MLMs are very much the same. Think Gary Young and Carl Deichler. Both men are, or were, owners of MLMs. Gary Young created a following of people that loved him and regarded him in almost a divine way. There was nothing this man could do wrong. I'm not going to get into all the faults of these men because I don't want this video to be about 6 hours long, but believe me when I say there are many. The followers of these people can see no wrong in what they are doing. They believe every single word they say and will defend them and their views vigorously. This is how cults work. If a leader tells you that something is true, then it's true. If the leader tells you that everyone out there complaining about MLMs are just jealous and uneducated, you believe it. And with organizations like NXIVM in the news, it's easy to see how detrimental this can be. Untruths. Ask anyone in a cult and they will tell you they are not in a cult. Ask anyone in an MLM if they're part of a pyramid scheme. They will laugh at you and tell you that you obviously don't know what a pyramid scheme is. It's the same thing, guys. When you are part of an MLM, you are told what to believe. You are not encouraged to research to find out answers for yourself. The Huns will fight everything that you say with evidence from their organization to prove to you that everything is legit and that you are wrong. Another way MLM Huns dole out untruths is when they are recruiting. They tell you that they are making more money working from their phone than they ever did in their 9 to 5. They will say that they are on track to earning 5 figures a month. They will say almost anything they can to draw you in. Because newsflash, they can't make money without recruiting people. I know, crazy groundbreaking information, but it's just how it works. The promise of a better future. This goes hand in hand with the last point. Untruths are used to promise you a better and more lucrative lifestyle, an endless abundance of everything that you can dream of. But it's just not true. The FTC has shown that over 99%, let me say that again, a little bit louder for the people in the back. Over 99% of people will lose money within an MLM. 99%, guys. How are you supposed to achieve financial freedom if less than 1% of participants are making money? Am I the only one that is seeing the flaws in this logic? Guilt and shame. People who have escaped both cults and MLM have reported to feel overwhelming guilt and shame, and there are plenty of reasons for this. As one website said, becoming involved in an MLM often results in a combination of guilt, shame, and fear, because this is a business where you are not only the victim, you are also the perpetrator. Guilt and shame are two extremely powerful feelings that have a massive effect on people. Hence why public shaming is so widely used and, kind of effective. If you are surrounding yourself with other MLM reps and are constantly told that this isn't working for you because you're not working hard enough, or that you are a neglectful parent because, you're working a 9 to 5 hellscape of a job, it becomes incredibly easy to fall for these tactics. If you're surrounding yourself with MLM reps that are constantly telling you that you need to work harder for this, and if you're working a 9 to 5, you are neglecting your children and they're going to grow up without you, it's incredibly easy to see why people fall for the tactics that MLMs use. Devotion. Something that I've noticed a lot lately is the amount of devotion that MLM Huns show to the organization and their products. Some of the instances that I've come across 100% remind me of intense religious fervor. From claims that essential oils can cure cancer, or that a water filtration system can cure every ailment and bring you a 6-figure income. Breakaway movement video coming soon, guys. Are just insane lately. Instagram is an absolute cesspool of this. I've seen posts from people claiming that they have lost best friends of many years because they refuse to support that friend's MLM. Situations like this are devastating. These companies should not be revered as a way of life or something that can fix your health or relationship issues, and should definitely not be worshipped in the way they are by some. This is just, completely on my opinion, but it is terrifying to watch how dedicated some of these women get to these MLM companies. Isolation. We all know how cults do it. They cut you off from anyone you are close to that is not part of the cult so that you will not be poisoned by outside thoughts. MLMs do the same. You are encouraged to cut people out of your life who have critical views of the company. product, owner, recruiting tactics, anything. Absolutely anything. But then once you do, your group of MLM friends will be willing to do the same to you as soon as you start questioning anything about the company. I know that I'm repeating some of the same statements here, but it's for a good reason. Cults and MLMs have so many correlating factors that it's really hard to deny the similarities. Take a jaunt through YouTube search results and you will find hundreds of videos talking about people's experience in trying to make it in an MLM, how they were encouraged to cut people out of their lives, and how they were encouraged to not look into the claims about the company, how they were shamed by their uplines when they expressed concern about the business model, and how they lost those that they thought were good friends once they left. The bite model. I'm not going to go too deep into the bite model because it's just, 100% way above my pay grade. But the bite model is a concept that was developed by Steve Hassan after he had escaped a cult. It breaks down the tactics that are used to control someone's mind to keep them obedient to their cause or leader. It's broken down into 4 areas: behavior control, information control, thought control, and emotional control. Each of these areas are further broken down into particular things that are done to break down the member's perception of what and who is around them. Like I said, it's a lot to explain, and this simple explanation just is not going to do it justice. I will link a short video in the description that will explain the bite model in much better detail than I'll be able to, but from the explanation, it is easy to see how MLMs use these techniques to recruit and retain their members. They impose activities that members should be doing every day to ensure success. They have you reporting your feelings and emotions in front of other members to be held accountable. They use deception, and they compartmentalize information. They use language loaded with flowery terms and well-dressed untruths and reject critical views. They use excessive guilt and fear to recruit and retain members, and often have rituals, like you'll see in some of their conference videos, that just seem strange to the outside world. Now, I'm not telling you without a hint of uncertainty that MLMs are cults. Nope, just not doing that. But what I am saying is that in my opinion, as an outsider looking in, I can see the correlation and how people can come to that conclusion. But what do you guys think? Are MLMs intentionally using cult-like techniques to gain emotional control over their members? Or is it just a coincidence in how they are recruiting into the company? Have you had an experience with an MLM or a Hun that left you feeling like you had just been approached by something very culty? Let me know. I want to hear your stories. But other than that, thank you for watching. Like I said, everything that I have stated is completely my opinion and information that I have found online. All of my sources will be linked down below, along with my socials, and, say hi, leave me a comment, leave me a like, maybe hit the red subscribe button, whatever you want to do. Alright, thank you. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.